Folks, today I'm going to remove a clock spring out of my steering wheel column. In order to do this, you're going to have to remove your battery terminals. That's the first thing you want to do. Make sure you do all that. This is a 2006 Dodge Nitro. I already kind of took everything apart. I'm going to start from the end and work my way back. The tools you're going to need to remove the steering wheel, which is right here. You don't need a steering wheel puller. Once you remove this center bolt, that's center bolt comes right out. Here's the center bolt. I used a 1/2-inch socket for that. You're also going to need a number 15 Torx, a T15, to go through this, long enough to go through there. It's about 4.5 inches, I'd say. And you're also going to need a little screwdriver like this to get that airbag off. The airbag has these little hooks that hook on to the steering wheel, and you're going to have to push these little hooks up with a screwdriver. I'll show you how to do that at the end here. I want to put everything back together. Anyway, so what I'm putting on is this new clock spring, because the horn mechanism and everything that controls the dash is related to this clock spring, and when it goes out, it screws everything up in your car. Anyway, so we're going to remove this. There's a bunch of screws over here. I already took a bunch of them out, but basically this thing just pulls out. This thing pulls out once you remove the bolts and screws. I think there's like 5 or 6 down there. And then you can remove this clock spring. And there's some plugs down here I already unplugged. You want to remove those from back here and then pull this clock spring out. Now I'm going to put the new one in, and I'll go step by step on putting that new one in. The new one comes with this little safety tab. You want to remove that. What you do is you just squeeze it together. Right there. Pull it out. Just like that. So this is the new clock spring I'm going to put in here. So everywhere you see these little tabs, there's a screw going to be common to it. So there's 1, 2, there's 1 there, 3, there's 4 on that side, 4, 5. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that go in there. So I'm going to start putting this thing on with the screws. Okay, so I have 1 screw back here and another one right here. So if you have tilt steering, I advise you to put your steering column down. Oh, and you're probably going to need another short Torx screwdriver to kind of fit in there also. So you want to screw that one in the back. Okay, I got the screws in. 1, 2, you can see that one there. And also, these are going to hook up to your airbag. They're going to go through the steering wheel, okay? So now what we're going to do is slide the control arms, the left and the blinkers and wipers and all that. So you just slide them in these little slots here. This one, there's a slot in the back, you can see right down there. Slide that one in the back, and this one, and then this little slot right here goes into the clock spring. I'll pull away a little so you can see that. See that? And it slides in, and then there's a screw that goes in there. One of these. What you do is screw that in there. That's a regular Phillips screwdriver that goes in there. Okay, so that left one's in. Now I'm going to put the other one, the other side, in here. This goes up. And the same thing, there's a little slot in there. This one has a little slot on that side right there, and that side right there, and you stick them in these slots right here. See the slots? Slide it in. Then you're going to attach that. This one has the screw is in the back on this one. It's kind of hard to see. Okay, I got the screw in there. I'm just tightening it right now. You might need a shorter screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver. Probably shorter than that, but to get the space between here, okay? Alright, so now I'm going to reattach this little plug from the right wiper to the blinker side over here, and it just clips right in here. Clip it in, and there's a little valley that the wires stay in, so just push them down in there. Alright, so everything's attached. The clock spring. I'm going to keep this straight up here. These little plugs are going to plug in. Oh yeah, they plug into the back right here. So you want to plug one into this side. The green side is the furthest one out, and then the other little plug on the back right here. Plug that in the back. Okay. So you got all your plugs plugged in. The clock spring is in. The screws are in. It's pretty tight. So I'm going to go ahead and reattach the steering wheel. Okay, so here's the steering wheel. I'm going to go ahead and run these wires through here. The way it was. And then you line the steering wheel up on there, and it should be good to go. Just push it down, and then reattach the airbag. So I'm going to put the plug in here, right there. These are where the airbag goes in. I'm going to take this bolt and stick it in here. Tighten the steering wheel back on. Okay, so I just bolted the steering wheel on, and you know, I put the little plastic things on here. Forgot about those, but those go on. They just clip on. They clip on. These go on the inside of those. Same on the other side. See that? Clip them together, and then run the bolts in through here on the bottom, and you'll be done putting that on. I'm going to attach the airbag. See the little clips right here? They clip onto these little clips right here, and that's when you're taking it off, you got to turn the wheel so you can see it in the back right there. You're going to have to stick a screwdriver in there and lift these little tabs up. They move. And if you push on the airbag a little, it'll give you some leeway to get at those and push them up. Okay, and then the airbag will just pop off. So now I'm going to go ahead and attach the airbag. These airbag clips are color coded. There's a black one goes in there, and they can only go in one way. There's a little safety clip on here. You can see it. See that? So it only goes on one way. Alright. So to put this airbag on, got the clips in there. You just kind of adjust it in there and you just push it down. Okay, and the clips will just go over the little metal pieces in there. Okay, so this is all assembled. I'm going to go ahead and try and start this. One thing you can do to see those clips is use a mirror to see the back of that. That's what I did, and that kind of helps. So try that. Okay, got everything hooked up. And everything should be working over there on the clock spring. Alright. And so one last check. Gonna check the horn. It seems to work. And